like J.Brock, cause I can score with a second on the clock. No bank account.
What's good, y'all? It's Clapitup LA. It's your boy J.Brock, and I'm right here with none other than Boomertoolive to be exact. Filmmaker, producer, director, actor, all around creative right here. You know what I mean? How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing fine, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
Hey, man, it's a blessing to have you. And I know we about to get into a whole bunch of good games for these people out here. Now, I'm sure you've seen Boomer. He had on that roach costume. You know what I'm saying? He done came out of the Popeyes with the roach costume on and things like that. So we got to take it back to let's talk about the Tough Crowd.
Yes, sir.
This was in 2012 when we actually first saw that coming about. But you know what? Prior to this, at what age did you realize that you wanted to be in filmmaking and you wanted to act and do things like that?
I don't know, man. I feel like I kind of like always had a love for movies, bro.
Okay.
Like, my mom used to always buy bootleg CDs. You feel me? Like she used to always get like she used to be behind Superior and Vons and shit. Like you cuss, right?
Yeah, bro, you good, bro.
All right, but she used to be behind the grocery stores getting like the 4 for $20 deals and shit. So I seen like every movie. You feel me? And then I kind of had like interest, like I had an internship in high school, but I wasn't taking nothing serious, you feel me?
Okay,
like,
okay, so what you mean the internship like?
Like it was like a video internship, some after school program type stuff, and it was like I was dealing with cooking shows and stuff like that, just working camera behind
working the camera, okay. So that's how you really got started with understanding the camera and things like that.
The camera and things, but a lot of stuff didn't come to like way after that though.
Yeah,
like,
okay, so at that point it was kind of like I'm just doing it, it's not really like I'm passionate about it.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Got you. Understood. So when did you begin to like realize like, you know what, I want to get serious about this?
I took some acting classes at Southwest.
Okay,
like, I was probably like I was probably like 21, 22 or something like that. I was just taking the classes because I needed 3 more units to get my financial aid. I was really on some like just nuthead shit. Like I wasn't even like trying to focus or nothing. But I took them classes, bro, and we had some plays, some theater plays, and I kind of just fell in love with kind of being on stage, you feel me? So that's part of the origin of it.
So let me ask you this. When you fall in love with something, there's a specific feeling that you have being on stage. What was that feeling like for you that made you feel like this is what I'm starting to really, really fall in love with?
The laughter.
Okay.
It was like kind of like people don't know, like when you're on stage, it's an energy shift.
Yeah, facts.
It's like when everybody tune into you. It's like, especially when you're doing theater, it's like all of your movements are like everything is amplified because all the attention is on you. So it's like it kind of drives you, and you kind of like work for that high every time.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Like I can relate to that. Like especially if you go to the club and you feel the vibe, like a concert, you feel the vibe.
For sure.
It like take over your spirit.
And then you chasing that.
Yeah, facts.
From then on.
So
sure.
I mean, so would you say at that point in time that was kind of like the first thing that you could identify within life that you was like, man, I want to do this? Because you know, coming up, we can think about doing so many different things.
Absolutely, I probably put my hand in a lot of stuff, but nothing really stuck like that. You feel me? Like for sure.
You gotta try stuff, and you know, for a lot of people out there who, you know, me personally, I didn't develop the reputation of being inconsistent until I got here. Until, like I started doing my videos, and I've been just because this is what I want to do. I've been trying to find myself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So even throughout trying to find yourself, have you ever been like confused? Like,
Hell yeah.
How does my life take?
Hell yeah. Because I told you, like, I started taking the acting classes at Southwest, bro.
You said that was just on the like.
I was on the fly because I just needed that financial aid. I was just thinking about the bread.
You did it for the FA.
I did it for, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit of clout. But I was actually floating around JC's. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just going here, there. I went to West LA, Santa Monica, just not knowing what the hell I was gonna do. Until that kind of struck me, you feel me? Like that's kind of what did it for me.
That's crazy. So when y'all jumped into the Tough Crowd TV thing, and you was going by Corny J. This was Corny J right here. Before Instagram videos, they had to drop on YouTube. So how did y'all come up with the Tough Crowd TV situation?
So my boy Holler, he was one of the people taking the theater classes with me.
Okay.
And we kind of just formed the group just based off of what we was doing. Like he was loving the right, so I'm just like, man, do something.
Yeah.
and we kind of just formed a group and started putting together shows and stuff like that.
Oh, wow, putting together the shows.
And it was all around like Southwest area and whatnot.
Okay, so I mean, but when you think about the work that you got to put in for that, you know, when you think about how you got to write the whole situation out, how did y'all find people, you know, that y'all wanted to work with to be a part of y'all movement?
Kind of just, I mean, we was recruiting in everyday life. Like, we'd be at a party or somebody, it's a bunch of people that want to act, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got some kind of talent, you feel me? Yeah. So, I mean, especially floating around a theater class, it's like you have all these people with this energy that they want to do something, so you kind of just find a lane for them to go to. But so with the shows, it kind of gave people a lane for that moment in time. You know, you could find yourself through that if possible.
So do you remember like putting out y'all first show? How did that go for y'all?
Shit, I remember being nervous. I remember being nervous, bro. Like I swear to God, like just being on stage, I had to learn to just like.
So wait, y'all were able to perform at Southwest?
Yeah, they let us.
Oh.
Because we started doing the plays for the class first, so they were already familiar with us. So it's like, you know, get to chopping it up with the teachers. Like, can you put this together? Can we put this together? And maybe mark out a money situation for the school or something. But they let us do it out of school though.
What? That's crazy. So. What was it, just like y'all class that watch y'all? Was it other people coming? Did y'all invite people?
You know, everybody got that family. Everybody got cousins, sisters, you know, all that. So we just spreading word. It was a lot of us. So.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, that's good then. You know that y'all actually had a crowd to go through, because I know a lot of the time, especially when you started from the bottom, it's difficult to get people to want to support you. It's difficult to get people that want to show up and things like that. And even the people that you may, you know, expect to support you, they might not support you so fast. You know, so that situation right there can be discouraging all on its own. So now you ended up going to LA Film School.
Yes, sir.
You know, so what was it like going to LA Film School? And it had to be at the time you was like, I'm committed to this.
For sure. I feel like the situation that I was in wasn't really producing the direct results. You know, maybe that's a testament to how much patience I need to have. But I did that because I just needed a lane switch, and I needed to maybe find if I could do this quicker this way. You know, I wanted professionalism. I wanted to be out in any crowd and just be able to chop it up with anybody on that film, in that film life, you know. So I mean, I went there, and it's Hollywood, so it's a different breed of people. It's
fact.
all over. It's like, you know. The most I can say is that like I did learn professionalism, what I was looking for. They never could teach you creativity, but they can give you like structure if you go through a schooling system. I would say like when it comes to film school, it's like you can hustle and find it all out on your own.
Facts.
Before you got to pay that tuition back, you feel me? But I mean, you know, for me it worked out somewhat. You know?
It did what it was supposed to do.
It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
You graduated. We're gonna clap it up for my boy for graduating.
Yes, sir. I worked hard. I worked hard for sure.
Now, see, actually making the commitment to even go to school is tough all on its own. You know, especially because nowadays we don't necessarily have to go to school to do what we want to do.
For sure.
You know, so to speak. So, what was it like staying committed throughout the time? Did you ever think like, I don't even need to be here?
I mean, you're gonna think that about school whenever, but I would say the passion. I knew going into it that I had passion about doing this, so that kept me grounded through the whole process. And it's just like I know it's like when you hate doing something, you're not gonna want to do it. But if we talking about film and I love film, then it's just like I'm gonna go every day with that same energy. So it's like even if I'm dog tired, like, you know what I'm saying, knocking out homework or some shit like that, I'm just like, I'm gonna do this shit. You feel me?
I feel that. That's how you knew that you loved it.
No, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. I knew I loved it before I even went.
Right. And see, that's another thing too. A lot of people, we get so caught up in the money, but when it's what you love to do, you don't necessarily care to get the money.
Absolutely.
I mean, you want to get it. Don't get me wrong. You want to get paid, but in the beginning stages, you're more willing to put in work for that and understand that one day I'm gonna get paid. Like that's how you stay motivated. So at film school, what was some major connections that you made, you know, at that school? Some people that you were able to really link with and be connected with, like till this day.
To be honest, most of my connections that really like were valuable to me, I didn't meet through the school. You feel me? Like I don't even know. Like maybe a few, but it's like I met most of my connections outside of the school, to be honest. So
I feel that.
I might got a few teachers that, you know, I might keep in touch with and whatnot, but like most of my connections outside of that.
Yeah. So how valuable was it for you to be able to graduate though?
For me, it was a stepping stone, because you know, like school, it was always, I always had to stay focused in school. That's the difference when I say I know I loved it, because I can sit down and fucking learn about this. But it was definitely like just, man, it was just that moment for me that set aside if I was serious about it or not.
Well, but that's the thing, though. You know, a lot of people go to school and they don't know what the hell they want to do. So when you went to school and that was what you wanted to do, it just all made sense. Now wait a minute, what was the process like actually in between you graduating and getting into All Deaf Digital, which was created by Russell Simmons? You know, that's a big deal. So, you know, how did you get into All Deaf Digital? How did that work out?
Well, actually, like I got the internship through my school.
Okay. Oh, that was for All Deaf Digital.
Yeah, like they put you through a process 8 months in. It's like find an internship while you're doing this. It's a choice you could have for credits or whatever.
Yeah.
But I went there and I basically applied. Now I went there and I was just doing my shit. I was on everything. I'm like, I know this. I'm going to school for this. Like, y'all need to see me in here. Like, you know, that was my MBA. You feel me? So when I went there, I'm just showing my ass on all the courts. Then I graduate, and it's like, upon graduation, I got hired as a producer. Because I was a production assistant up until that point. And then they was like, oh, we see what you want.
At All Deaf Digital.
Make yourself an asset, you know?
I mean, well, that's what it is. You got to make sure that you're relevant to that now. When you get into All Deaf Digital, you know, what was it like working with the people and actually coming together with the creative juices? And how much of that knowledge that you got from school was you able to apply at All Deaf Digital?
I applied everything. Everything was coming out the pack. Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't hide nothing. I got to use all my tricks in my sleeve. But I'm going to say it was no sleep. There was no sleep. And it was very fun because the accolades came with all kind of rewards. You know, it was my business section of what I needed to learn, because I only got my associates when I went to film school. That was my business school. That was the actual throw yourself in the fire. And I learned a lot through experience. You put yourself in the fire, it's just kind of like, oh, this. When you get the producer ranks, it's like you got to do such and such, and it's on you. You feel me? So it's like it brought me into being more of an adult with myself, because it's like you can dream, you can go to school, but until you really into it, where you really feel really like
putting action.
So
what do you love the most about being a producer?
What do I love the most about being a producer? Seeing it all come together, because like, you know, director, producer, before the project is out, it's like you got so much in the hand of the process to putting things together. You get the script, if it's a script, and you kind of see like, well, who's cool doing this, who's cool doing that. So that creative process, you get to kind of just see coming into fruition. You know? So that's probably my favorite part.
So what is it like you said, no sleep? You know what I'm saying? I mean, working on something from day and night. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you didn't like Nip said. What he say? Late nights, early mornings.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
so
sure.
when you in the midst of when you in the midst of all that, does it feel like a long time, or does it feel like time is just going by? Because you know you're trying to get something done now.
It feel like time is time is going by. The clock is ticking, but it's like. It keep you on your toes for the most part. It's like, you know, it's like when you got deadlines and shit, it's like you own it. You feel me? So I used to drink a lot of coffee, bro. Like I used to be just trying to stay up. Like I don't even drink, I don't even fuck with coffee, bro. But I was like, shit just had me like, I need to be up. I need to be jacked so I can put all this shit together. Because, you know, it's like, aside from, you know, just getting people to come together, it's even asking people to do it and negotiating and finding a place to do it and all the, you know what I'm saying? It's really coordination.
So as a producer, is that your responsibility to like reach out to people and ask them to do what they gotta, you know?
Depending on the level of production.
Okay.
So like if you one of the big budget producers, then you know you got people down here doing such and such. But if you like on a small level production, then you pretty much doing all the handiwork yourself. Like.
So as a producer, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at something and like, okay, say y'all completed it. Okay, it could have been Bread Hunt or something like that. You looked at it and was like, dang, I wish I would have did that differently, or I wish this would.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a crazy feeling, ain't it? Like, damn.
I think with anything creative, like anything creative, you always gonna see the flaws in it, like. But other people don't see that, so it's like you just kind of just beating yourself up. Right? I'm like sometimes I'm slow to create just because I criticize some of the shit so much that I don't even like really see it for what it is. You feel me? Yeah.
So do you understand that sometimes you can be too hard on yourself with that?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's a part of it.
I'm perfectionist, bro.
Yeah. That's a part of it. So specializing in production, that's a big deal. You know, specializing in that exactly. What do you think makes Boomer so special at what he does as a producer?
Efficiency on top of goofy. You feel me? Like I like to promote a lot of things lightheartedly. You feel me? So and not just the goofy though. I try to keep it versatile as well. But yeah, I mean, because I think it's just really being able to get the job done for me. For me, because it's like if I signed up to do something and it's in my head now, I gotta bring it to life. You feel me? So I think that's the biggest part of my process.
What do you think that people don't understand about the producing role? Like, you may hear producer, but you don't really understand the depths of it.
Oh shit. Okay. So I know other producers. They get the Hollywood persona, you feel me? Like they in their bag of bullshit when they trying to like boss people around and shit like that. But like as a low level like person on the set, I feel like you will work harder for somebody that you would like respect, rather than somebody that's just like treating you like a slave type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's wait, what was the question exactly?
Basically, what? Okay, people don't necessarily understand necessarily what a producer is in a role. They don't understand the depth of it.
So I think that people don't really realize the stress level you can go through. It's like the best people I know that do it keep calm. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're going to be thinking about a million things while your production is going on. Right. So it's like the people who do it gracefully are the real masters, you know what I'm saying? So because it's like
emotions in check.
Until you under that fire, bro, you be ready to spaz on somebody. Somebody trying to help you. You like, get away from me. You gotta, you know. But nah, it's like I would rather work for the person who got all the emotions and everything on the rap.
So how have you trained yourself to be able to keep emotions on the rap? Because I also understand, especially in a creative lane, when you decide that you want to step out in this road and you want to do what you want to do, you're not working for nobody no more, you know, things of that nature. How do you keep your emotions in check? Because you're going to get people who want to work with you. You're going to get people who say they don't want to work with you. Some people going to have respect for your work. Some people not. How do you keep your emotions in check, so to speak, not to be angry at somebody and just be like, okay, I'm just going to keep working. If you don't feel it, that's okay.
Well, to be honest, I don't even think that comes from a professional background. I think that I've been conditioned by life.
Conditioning, y'all, that's a big deal. Conditioning.
For real, because like, I mean, my mom, dog, is a trooper, you feel me? So she always came with like some kind of tough love that kind of just always kept me in check. And it's just like, you know, if I could deal with, you know, like the discipline that she provides, then that's gonna carry on to every other situation in life. So that and going along with experience, bro. Like,
that's a big deal. He said conditioning.
For sure.
That's what y'all gotta understand about the process. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta trust the process, because the process brings you that conditioning. Rather, it comes from you being a kid to you becoming an adult. You gotta trust that process and go through the conditioning, because you gotta be built up to be able to be at the top level of what you want to do. And it's only going to come through going through the process. Now, when you speak on that conditioning, how grateful have you became thinking about the things that you have been through to be standing where you are today? Or did it ever dawn on you, like you said, the situation with moms, learning how moms did it. But when you think about other life situations, can you think about the value of something that you like, man, that helped me for today?
For sure. I'm very appreciative of everything that I've been through and been able to come out. I think that like pain was my greatest teacher, for sure.
Pain was the greatest teacher.
Because it's like I say, you go through a lot of stuff, bro. But you come out alive. It's like it's at the end of the day, it's just a learning process. So it's like the next time you're gonna know how to handle your shit way better.
Yeah, facts,
so
facts.
like for sure,
Experience,
all of life gave me to this point. I might have been just unappreciative of my situation before, but had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be able to thrive in ways that I know now. You feel me? So
have you ever felt, or have you ever thought that, you know, what you were doing wasn't working, or you ever felt like it wasn't it's not getting to where you wanted to get to?
Hell yeah.
Well, how do you stay motivated and continue to do what you do in those moments?
I think that I had confidence in myself, bro.
Okay.
I always felt like I'm here to do something, and the time and moment might always not reflect that. Yeah. But deep down inside, I always felt like when it aligned for me, it's gonna align for me the right way. It's been hella times where I felt like, bro, this ain't it. No, I'm about to get a valet job one time, right before Quan hit me. I'm about to go do some minimum wage shit. You feel me? Because I was just like, at that point in time, bro, like I was just like, I was out. You feel me? Like I had been through everything. Like I had been to the top and kind of been let down and all kind of shit. So it's gonna be those moments, bro, and you got to keep your faith.
It's dark as hell. It
yeah,
get real dark.
For sure.
People don't really understand the mental,
for sure.
Like the mental battle. It's really all mental. You know what I'm saying? It's your mind that make you quit or make you not.
Yep.
You got to be strong enough. So, speaking on, you know, WATTSHOMIEQUAN, shout out WATTSHOMIEQUAN.
Shout out.
What was when did y'all finally connect? And what was that able to do for you when you connected? Because it sounded like you were going through something at that point in time.
For sure.
Yeah.
I met Quan like 6 years ago.
Okay.
Through my uncle, D. Lloyd James.
Okay. Shout out.
He brought me to his house.
Yeah.
And he was just introducing us. We did like a few sketches then. You feel me? Like it was like probably like 2015 or something like that. But we always kept like kind of in touch. You feel me? And we always was cool. And would always like kind of like link up here and there. Yeah. So I mean, at a point in time, bro hit me up and was just like, you know, I want to work with you. And I was like, you want to work with me? You feel me? Like, shit, I'm in the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the trenches right now. But shit, if you want to get down, we can do this shit. You feel me? And bro was one of the people I really like appreciate because he always been looking out. He always look out.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you think about the people who God has blessed you to be in your life,
for sure,
how much confirmation, you know, would you say that was at that point in time? Because I mean, it sounded like you saying like you were kind of lost. Like, what am I gonna do? So, what type of confirmation was that, and how did you feel immediately after having that conversation?
I felt like I was ready to work immediately.
And you didn't go get the valet job? You walked away from that situation?
Man, no, so they didn't want to, first I went there, I took a piss test for that, and I was like, they was like, we seen weed in your system. I'm like, nigga, I could have told you that, you feel me? Like, I'm surprised you seen nothing else, nigga. But I mean, pretty much I could have, they liked me, but I didn't want the job anyway,
Okay,
you feel me? So that was just a fluke anyway. I was doing that, like, just to find I needed some bread, you feel me? Like, but immediately after the call, bro, I was ready. I'm like, you wanna rock with me? Okay, let's do this shit, you feel me? And I mean, in the back of my head, like I'm always waiting for those opportunities though. But like I know that with Quan is good people, so it's like, you know, we got that connection, we got that love for each other. So,
so when did you say y'all linked 6 years ago? So that was around 2015, 2014.
Yeah,
2015.
something around that time.
Okay, cool. Now you joined Smoke Yours crew. You know, shout out my boy Donnie Bills.
Yes, sir.
How was that situation getting involved with that? You with Slink Johnson, with a slew of other people. How was that situation?
My basically uncle, my uncle D. Lloyd James.
Okay.
Is the vice president.
Okay.
So I would see Slink around.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I met Slink at All Deaf Digital though.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
So it's like, you know, just off of mutual, like, oh, this a nigga right here. Yeah. You feel me? Like we got cool off that.
Right.
And you know, we kind of just got closer off the rip. And then, you know, we were smoking. Yeah, we was a big chiefin'. Like after work, he up there like Slink here. I'm like, I done got in trouble for smoking at the job because of Slink. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
But I mean, besides that, like just, you know, family ties. You know what I'm saying? We always would link, see each other. I said one day I just got just put on some.
And so things just begin to unfold for you. You know, just new opportunities just begin to come out, and you become bigger. You know what I'm saying? You're growing with the process. You're learning from these different people. I mean, you worked with people. Teddy Ray's one of the guys. It's a slew of people. I don't know why Teddy Ray is the only guy I can think about.
Me and Teddy Ray, like we done got a few things out the mud with each other. You feel me? That's my guy. That's another one of my bros.
You know what? This is how I figured out who Teddy Ray was. He had a video, where he was like being interviewed, and he talked about the dude was double cheeked up.
Oh,
you
seen the
video?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's some ADD. That's some ADD, yeah, for
that
sure.
That video be having us rolling, man.
Yeah.
Now, the first time we saw Roaches Be Like was in 2017.
For sure.
Now, also, I think the first time I saw it was you and Minx in the car. He got on the Roach costume. You know what I'm saying? You know the full get down. Now, how did you get that idea? And where the hell did you get this big Roach costume, man?
Come on, man. You know why I got the idea, man. I grew up in the hood, baby. Like, come on, man. You know we had this things. Like, come on, man. I'm like, goddamn, man. We came up hard times. You feel me? It was hard. So I was like, you know, just I don't know. I got a weird personality sometimes. So I was like, back in the day, I was like, what this nigga had a personality? They low key do. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, they always in your shit. So I like those ideas. Like as far as like the Roach. Like personality is always just like, man, I'm just a fucking bum. I'm waiting on somebody to just drop their food so I can eat it. Just like just an asshole because to us they assholes. You feel me?
Facts.
So yeah, that's where that come from. Just you know, just being in the hood, man. It's just that hard living.
Now speaking of Roaches, we got to shout out our sponsor. This would not be possible without Toes Home Cleaning. They'll come out and clean your event. They'll come out and clean your house, office spaces. They do it all. By the way, just because you're on a platform, you get a 25% discount if you ever
no doubt.
So make sure y'all contact at Toes Home Cleaning on Instagram, or you can find her at Bell C Bro. This is a black-owned cleaning company, and best believe they gonna take good care of you. Speaking of roaches, you probably got them. Toes Home Cleaning gonna
get them cleaned up,
clean them up,
clean them up.
So y'all make sure y'all tap in with Toes Home Cleaning to let them know Clapitup LA sent you.
Sure.
Now, the creativity. Walking around with this big ass Roach costume, you got the antennas and things like that. What was it like actually creating, videos around this? I mean, because it's the video of you the big roach in the car. It's the big roach in the car.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just a bunch of goofy shit, bro. Yeah. It's a bunch of boy, let's do it again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always somebody gonna break. Yeah. Just thinking about the concept, it's like, come on, this shit is ridiculous. Like I got on the fucking roach costume, like, and I know what to do to act like it. You feel me? So it's just it's a goofy process, but that's the most I can say. That's funny
as hell to be able to embody it like that too. Just to be able to like,
hard times,
when you think about it on me, because imagine if you got your girl in your room and the roach come out. You know what I'm saying?
Dog. Man, I ain't even trying to go too far into it, bro.
It's all good.
That shit is real,
we understand. You know what I'm saying? I had roaches up in the crib too. Hey, it is okay. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, we will get out of that. The point of this life is to make sure we up our lifestyle.
Elevate.
You know what I'm saying? We elevate, we invest, we live our life, we follow our dreams, we do what we gotta do and live the life that we want to live, all by God's grace. Now in 2017, you dropped the movie Bread Hunt, which you directed and produced. And this is credited on the record as the first lean movie ever. So everybody else is after this. The Bread Hunt, the first lean movie ever. And also it's a great movie. You can find that on YouTube and the link is in your bio.
Yep.
Correct. So break us, and this was shot in Inglewood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take us through the creative process of putting together Bread Hunt and everybody y'all had in it. Because actually Slink was the landlord. He came to the door saying he want his rent. You know what I mean?
For sure. So I would say shout out to campaign judge, Justin Johnson. Shout out. Yeah. Because he actually was the writer for Bread Hunt. Okay. And so he came to me and the homies with a script, and we all was like producers it's like a production team behind that particular project that put that together. He brought it to us, and we kind of just want to put something together on our own. Because at that time we was producing sketches for the YouTube channel and whatnot. Yeah. So we was just trying to see how it was to put something out of that magnitude. And it's a 30-minute short, so he's like, people don't know how long it takes just to do 30 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So how long did it take y'all?
I mean, we shot Bread Hunt in a week.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a week. Yeah. Just like long ass days.
Yeah.
And then, but the process after that took some months. Just to get it done, editing and all that. Yeah.
Goodness,
so
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it was a small group of people.
Yeah.
The process was just like, you know, like we using the homie's house, you know what I'm saying? And DZ was the shooter, DZ was the shooter. Yeah. And we all produced it, you feel me? And just put it together, it was just like a grinded out situation where we wanted to put out some magic real quick.
I feel that.
The validation came from actually being able to put that in the theater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all put that in the theater?
Yeah, we had a premiere for it.
What?
Yeah, we had a whole premiere for that.
We're gonna clap it up for that, man. Hey, y'all, like I said, y'all make sure y'all tap in to Bread Hunt for real. That's a good, authentic LA movie for
2017.
sure. 2017. Shot that first movie. Dang. So, when you think about just like the time that y'all had to put into that and to actually get it into the movie theater, what was the process like to be able to have your movie in the theater?
Shit, man, it's dope.
Yeah,
it's dope. It's you can see that thing fill up, and it's like it might be your first time watching it on the screen. It's theirs, you know. Just to have people come out and support. That's the real thing. It's like, you know, we could put on YouTube, and we did put on YouTube, man. Facts. People could comment, people could watch, but you know, when you got your family and friends and all people that just come out just to show love, that's the real special moment in it. Like, that's all the validation we needed right there. You know, just to carry on, just to keep doing it. You know.
How do you stay so like just committed to the process when it breaks down to editing? What's going on when y'all editing? What are y'all like? Are there things that you thought like, man, we should have kept that? You know what I'm saying? But y'all had to get rid of it. What's that whole process like being directly, you know what I'm saying, an editor for that?
Editing is so tedious, bro.
Yeah. Little stuff, huh?
little shit, man. Little shit. Nah, being in it for so long. I hate the editing. No, I'm not gonna say I hate it. I love the editing process. I'd rather not sit there and do all the mini stuff. Like on the side of producing, it taught me how to like communicate with the editor.
Okay.
And kind of basically like be like, what do you want? And you go through the clips and you kind of just be specific about what you want in there, and hopefully it's cohesive enough with the editor to put everything in the right place. But I mean, the editing process, you know what? I'm gonna take what I said back, because the editing process is fun as hell, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay. And what you had in the clips, because you gonna see like 2 or 3 takes sometimes that didn't make it. That's your favorite. It just don't go with the shit. Don't it? That hurt. Hell yeah. It's been gold, bro. And I was for sure that was gonna be the take. Was gonna be it, But it wasn't though. You know. And I'll be like, man, you gotta put some bloopers out or something. Yeah, that'll make sense because they can all see that. Now, when you talk about creating a movie, you might not necessarily have everything a big production might have, and there's an energy that you expect to kind of have all the time, but it's not always there. So when I'm talking about this energy, like this is it, this is that energy, this is it, this is what it's supposed to be. How do you continuously go out and make sure that you create that energy and keep up with it? You talking about like just the aura?
Yeah, just the aura, and just like okay, you imagine that you got the energy that Friday has. You know what I'm saying? But you don't necessarily feel that. It's not that magical. You know what I'm saying? You like grind it. So how do you feel like, you know, you create that energy and keep it going like that?
I think that it's just an internal process for everybody, and it's who you keep around. Right. Because you know, like everybody don't got the same spirit, but you know, you got to keep them around, who the ones you trust. You feel me? Because I know when they shot Friday, I remember they said like they was looking at the full edit, and they really wasn't even, they didn't know what they had on their hands. They were just looking at that shit, and it was just like. So for me, I think that it's about keeping everything authentic. I know when I shoot with Quan and Maika, like we usually shoot, and then the corn man will go by. And they like keep the one with the corn man, because that's gonna make that shit real. And I'll be like, I feel you. And it does. It make it completely authentic. So for the most part, with the things we've been doing, it's about keeping it like as authentic as possible. Like,
I understand that because when you keep it authentic, it's not forced. It don't, you know, and that's what ultimately makes it the best outcome. Now, October 25th, 2018, you know, you guys started the web series 323.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Teddy Ray, What's Up, Mickey, just to name a few. And you also dropped the song Squabble Up. Now, Squabble Up is a hard song. He got on that, what movie is that from? He got on the shoot up, the basketball jersey from above the rim. And he really spitting, sitting in the back. And now it looked like it could be comical, but it looked like you was really serious. You was really getting off.
We get down on some of them bars, you feel me? But shout out to Campaign Just again for putting that together. But the first episode of 323 is everything.
Yeah.
We ran into a lot of complications just keeping everybody up with the schedule. Like we start having to like put different people in different places, so it's always something that we wanted to come back to. I think that all the energy that was in 323 episode 1 was what needs to be replicated. That's my favorite shit. Yeah. I think that's one of my like most favorite projects. Just how the first one came out. You feel me? It's 4 episodes in total. I think we need to rename them on YouTube because they hard to find and shit. Yeah. But the process behind 323 is another rugged. It's always rugged. You feel me? Because we've been keeping everything light as far as how many crew members we had. But that's just one of them projects, man. That's one of them passion projects for us.
So how fulfilled are you? You know, when y'all work on y'all projects and you can see yourself acting in it, you knowing that you directed it. How fulfilled are you just looking at it like, damn, I did that, like we did that?
I'll be trying not to get big-headed, man.
I mean, you ain't
I'll be so modest about this stuff, man. I'll be just like,
but you did it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sometimes it give chills.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see it come out, and you like, damn, we did that. You could be proud of yourself. You know, you just want to show it off. Yeah. And you might not even get the best like feedback that you want. You feel me? But it's like just to be able to say you did that. Like I started looking at it like, you're making things. You're like, you know, you really being a creator, but you're like, this piece of content, people don't know what went behind this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real. Yeah,
they only understand the surface level. That's what I'm saying. Like being a producer, they may only understand the surface level, not necessarily what's really going on in depth. You know what I mean? So that's really good that you say that. Like, man, people don't really even realize that. Now, when you think about your growth. Do you ever like sit and like reflect sometimes? Like, man, I used to be like this. Now I'm like this.
I think that I kind of just be in the moment more than anything. Okay. Because like I've had people tell me that, like growth, and I do feel differently from things that I felt in the past. You know, but I think that people will probably tell me before anything. Like, I had somebody hit me up one time, just like, I appreciate watching your growth, and I'm like, you know, I'm just a nigga I'm on the block still. You feel me? Like, I don't be tripping like that, but the most I would say, like, you know, as far as growth, I didn't even grow my hair out till the pandemic. You feel me? Like, that's the only shit that I've been really paying attention to. You feel me? Like, I don't want to get like to change my perception on things. I just want to be able to be grounded. Yeah. Because for me, it's all about the work, the performing. It's like them spots when I could just really show my ass. You feel me? Like, so, I mean, I've been very appreciative of everybody showing love though.
Yeah, hell yeah. He said it's all about the work. That's the most important thing, knowing how to get the work done. Now, you went on a record to say, you know, you and WATTSHOMIEQUAN are like the next Ice Cube and DJ Pooh. And let me ask you this, how big of an impact or how big of an influence has DJ Pooh's work been for you?
Oh, man. That's somebody I idolize, bro. Just I have a huge amount of admiration for the things that he's been able to accomplish, bro. Just because people know him as Red from Friday, but people don't know the things that he's done behind the scenes, the records he's produced, you know, even the damn video games that he's produced. You feel me? Like people don't know, like people don't know Grand Theft Auto. People don't know like the art behind the movies. Like he's been very influential on not just me, but just everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if they ignorant to the fact, they've been influenced by that man like all their life. You feel me? So it's been very influential to me. I don't want people to think that I always like doing the impersonation. You feel me? I'm a fan. You feel me? I think that a lot of the comparability comes from.
Y'all both have a deep voice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm from, you know, I'll be in LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in LA County, Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like that is what kind of carved me into who I am. So it's like, you know, the similarities just come from being from the soil.
And it's not the fact that you tried to be.
Yeah, it's like you know what I'm saying? I've been hearing this shit since I was in 3rd grade. You know,
Oh, really?
Like, you look like Red. I've been hearing that shit. So I'm like,
I mean, if you hear his voice, he got that deep voice.
No doubt.
And so one of the things that really just showed me how similar, you know what I'm saying, you guys are, was when you got you working at All Dev Digital, you do the skit, right, where he said, hey, let me see your eye. He lifted the glasses up, got the black eye, and then he ran away with his arms dragging. I'm like, whoa. And you know, at that point, I saw Bad Luck commenting, and DJ Pooh said that made his day. Was that your first time even like coming across DJ Pooh talking to you?
That was the first time.
Oh, that was so. How big was that for you? Or how did
It's
you feel
huge.
in that moment?
Huge, bro. Yeah. I was on the way to work, bro. It was Halloween, and I was just trying to make everybody in the office laugh and shit because like every day I would hear that. That's you know, that's DJ Pooh, want this, want that. So I'm just going to the office, bro. I bought a Dickie suit from the Slauson, and I'm not expecting that shit to like. I'm not even making a video. You feel me? Like Kevin on stage made the video, and then I went downstairs and made another video. You feel me? And then, you know, this kind of blew up. You feel me? I didn't know it. I didn't even know it, bro. Like I didn't even know none of that shit was gonna happen. So I was blessed. You feel me? Like I had a buzz off that for like a cool week. You feel me? Like people were seeing me. Cool. I'm like, yo, people recognize me and shit. Like, but it was cool. It was cool, man. It's another sense of validation. I'm like, man, you talking to me, I'm already trying to link up with him. I'm like, man, should adopt me real quick. You feel me? Like, that's where my mind was at. You know, I was still working at A to D and shit, though, but for sure.
Well, that's good. That's good, you know, that it was so relatable. And like you said, you just being you.
Yeah.
It ain't even that you trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something else. You just being you, and it just naturally happened. Had you been thinking about doing something prior to that? Like, how long had you been thinking about doing something that was pretty much a reenactment of him?
Of him?
Yeah.
Dog, I was doing a reenactment, not even trying to.
So just didn't even you just living it.
I was hearing it so much that I was like, it got to the point that it was just like, all right, I'm gonna do this shit to be funny. Yeah. And that's what came out of it. You feel me? I don't think I ever was like, let me I don't think it was ever. I don't think, because I was so into like acting and things of that sort that I was just trying to be funny. You know, trying to get in shit and just act. You feel me? I don't think I was even thinking about going that route. Yeah. I think that route kind of was like,
it found you. It was the moment for it.
Pretty much.
That's how it works, though. When you get to doing what you're supposed to do in this life, the rest of the stuff is gonna come to you.
No doubt.
You just gotta stay focused on it. Now you did the Wash skit, right? With the kidnappers. Yeah. I mean, perfectly, right? Yeah. And it was funny because me and my boy had did that same skit, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. And I didn't even recognize that was DJ Pooh for so long. I did not recognize that was him.
Oh yeah.
But y'all bodied that. Now, how long did it take y'all to put that that rent? Now, actually, that was after the job situation.
No, that was way after.
Oh, that was way after.
So when we did that sketch, that was way after. Yeah. And that shit didn't take too long. That didn't take too long. That was just like, you know, we looked at the scene a couple times, bro. We probably shot that shit in like 30 minutes. Like, you know, that it wasn't a big process behind doing that sketch. I think that sketch we could even redo on a different magnitude. Right. You feel me? But in that case, like, because it's not hard for me to look at it and imitate it. You feel me? So it's like, it didn't take no time.
Yeah. What would you say? So would you say basically that DJ Pooh reenactment? Would you say that was like something that got you a lot of attention to get you over and get you to another level, or do you feel like you had accomplished that before then? As far as putting out the skits.
In the hood, it got me to a different level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to take. I wasn't even really taking that route. I think that I established other skills. Yeah. To you know, up until that point, but then as far as like recognition, that got me to another level. Like,
what would you say? What would you say would be your favorite skit that you have done so far?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I know you got so many hits, you know what I mean?
That's a hard one, bro. Because I like a lot. I like a lot of these recent ones. A top five.
Give me a top five. And y'all better go make sure y'all watch this.
The Jesse Owens sketch. When we went swimming at Jesse Owens.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That's one of my favorites, for sure. Damn, don't want to. And the Ted Watkins one and Watts.
Let me tell you one of my favorites.
For sure.
When y'all in Inglewood at the liquor store, and you walking around looking like a real dangerous blood. He was walking.
Oh yeah,
around,
yeah. That might be the one. That might be the one, man. That might be wrong.
Got the teardrop on. I'm like,
that might be the one.
Yeah, you bodied that one
for sure. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I couldn't even think of that one too.
Man,
that's one of them.
You reminded me of you reminded me of. Okay. He was on Straight Outta Compton and got on the bus when Ice Cube and it was on the high school bus and they was throwing up gang songs.
Compton Menace?
Compton Menace.
Oh, in that
whole swagger, it was like, damn, this nigga look like Compton Menace.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
And we were shooting and then Quan was like, oh, that nigga looks like, why you looking like that? You looking like a demon. Like,
I mean, you was looking like that.
I just got on my third
you was looking like a dangerous nigga. Now let me ask you this. How is it, in becoming the character that you got to become? Because a lot of the time you might have to necessarily walk away from your own self to become that character.
That's absolutely what it is, bro. It's a moment being somebody else.
Yeah. So I mean, so how do how have you trained yourself in order to do that? Do you ever practice at the house, not in front of the camera?
I'm retarded.
Oh, okay.
I'm retarded, bro. I'll be in my house I'll just walk around, I'll be dancing, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll do dramatic scenes from movies and shit, just playing around. I think that when you do get a character, it's the chance to get away from your regular life. If you want to take it that far, you want to take it that far. Adding the goofy element, it just kind of takes away to some of the in-depthness behind it, but for the most part, it's just a getaway, bro. It's just you got to sit up there and think. Every character that I have, I gave him a backstory. Yeah, it's like, well, what would he do in this situation? What did he go up until that point? Right. Because say if it's a scenario when you playing a part and you got to realize that's another life. Up until that point, that's somebody else's life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You might be dealing with some gunplay in a scene, and that might be it for that person. So you got to treat it as such. Yeah, so it's like it's just a mental process.
And you got to have that range. Yeah, the range is very important for sure. Because I mean, you might want to be a thug one day, but they got a scene for you to be the guy who in love with this woman now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you got to have that range to be able to go from here to there. So when you do your practicing, so to speak, how important is it that you practice different roles instead of just sticking to one?
Oh yeah. I think it's very important. I think that you should try as much diversity as possible.
Yeah, facts.
First of all, Halloween was my shit. You feel me? Like you could be whoever you want to on Halloween. So I kind of just treat it with that same energy. It's like I'm the costume killer. I used to be like put on a different costume, you become that person. You feel me? Just because that's the way it's making you feel. Yeah. So it's all about like adapting to the situations that you're in. Because it's like, as much as I can say it's a different life, it's at the same time it could be, what would you do in that situation?
When you think about just your elevation, you know what I'm saying? How proud of you are of yourself? Knowing how far you've came, the connections that you have made, and how much bigger has your dream became? Since you've been doing this, if it is a dream.
Yeah. Well, people be telling me like, oh yeah, you on the up and up and all that. I don't really be knowing because I be in the house. You feel me? Like the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic.
A lot of kind of like a lot of recognition came during some pandemic stuff. So I was always treating it like work home. You feel me? I wasn't really out there like that. So I would say like last year was very rewarding for me, just because like it gave me a lot of sense of purpose. Like to go through everything everybody was going through. You feel me? Like I lost some friends last year. You feel me? And that kind of it was just sitting with me all day, every day. But in those moments, I was able to kind of just work through some of the situations. So like I do like sit back and just kind of be proud of myself, bro. And like I said, I'll be appreciating everybody, who show love, walk up to me, they see me now, and be saying shit. I still feel like, it's so much more to come. You feel me? Like I really don't feel like
you've reached the top.
Yeah, you have. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just getting my foot in the door with anything, bro. And I want to be able to earn all the rest of the accolades. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a rookie right now. I got that rookie hunger.
He said, I feel like a rookie.
Like
So you
I
feel
got
like
the
you
hunger
got,
in me.
Like, yeah. So do you feel like you got a chip on your shoulder?
Somewhat. It's been a few like circumstances where, you know, I was willing to bet on me and some people weren't. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What I mean, that's all a part of it though.
So that I definitely keep that chip on my shoulder, and I remind myself to show my ass every time. You know?
He said I got to show it every single time. Now the name Boomer. Where did you get the name Boomer
That's
from?
hilarious.
Yeah.
We digging deep. That's that shit because I used to be in some like circles and people be thinking that's some gangster shit, but it's not. It's really not. It's no gangster at all. So I was little, bro. My mom. Like when I was a baby and shit, we stayed on the second floor. You feel me?
Oh yeah, so you was the baby that was stomping.
I was crawling hard, knees banging the carpet type shit. So the neighbors like would come up sometimes like, y'all good? Like what's that booming noise? You feel me? And my mom, you know, she just turned around. She was like, oh, that's my son Boomer.
Oh,
you know what
wow.
So that's where it all come from, bro. Like it ain't nothing gangster.
Like, no, I never thought it was nothing gangster. I just thought maybe it was like a comedy thing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
that's where it come from.
You know, matter of fact, I might have thought it was actually your middle name.
Hilarious.
I mean, you know, but he said the Boomer came from the stomping. If you live on the first floor, you understand how that bumping and jumping and booming be going on.
Boom.
And it can get very very irritating. So so you embodied this, I mean, because it just matches who you are, and you ain't even got to do the booming stuff. Actually, I thought that maybe you held the boom mic a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on sets, but that's what they thought. Like, nah, it ain't none of that.
That's funny to much.
I don't even like holding that shit.
So how much do you write any of these skits? Do any writing at all?
Yeah, I mean, as of late, you know, I am my 2 cents, or I might, you know, just give some constructive criticism, maybe rearrange some things. I ain't been heavy with the pen like that. You know, I've been showing up in different ways. I wrote plenty of things that we shot before. I kind of when I started producing, I was more behind the scenes and just on that tip, just on the business side. Okay. So for a minute, my creativity was stagnant because of that. Okay. You feel me? Like that. Like it took a back burner because say if I'm writing now, I'm thinking about like, damn, how much is that gonna cost? So I'm trying to figure out why I'm writing. So that's the thing about not giving one thing your focus. You know, you could cram too much at once. So it's like I need to get back to the writing. It's always something that took the back burner. When I was producing, I wasn't acting. You feel me? So it's like, you know, like, so I be having to. And you get to feeling like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's hard to do all of them at once. Oh, it's hard, bro. It's hard, and then to put that, everybody wants to be the man. You feel me? Facts. But when it comes down to it, you got to give the other pieces their credit the right way, because everything we do is a collective effort. Facts. So you don't really want to sit up there and be that person like, oh, this is such and such all by me, or you know, just all of that all the time when you know you got help. Right. You know that's the importance of having a team. So you know, because you can't do everything on your own. You know, that's the thing. And if you do, it might not. If you do, once you begin to have a team, you'll begin to realize how much better stuff could have been for you. You know what I'm saying? So a team is so important. For sure. And so because now you got a team to where you don't have to produce, but you can. You don't have to act, but you can. You don't have to write, but you can. You don't have to direct, but you can. You know what I'm saying? So how comfortable have you gotten just with a team of people that you consistently work with? Family. Yeah. We family. Like, that's the beauty of it, because everybody's versatile in what they do. We bring so much to the table individually that when we come together collectively, it's a well-oiled machine. You know, so I'm very grateful for the team that we've been working with. I feel that. So what is it that Boomer sees himself doing within the next 10 years? What would you say right now? Because it's only right now. Your biggest goal could change tomorrow. What would you say your biggest goal is right now? What do you want to see happen? Private island, you know, get off the PJ, you feel me, you know what I'm saying, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, get on the Bahamas, you know, like, no, I'm all bullshit aside, right? All bullshit aside. Just putting together a string of work. You feel me? You know, just outside of my personal life, but like on some business shit. Like we want to put out movies. You know what I'm saying? And I have that big body of work of movies that really speak to people and really kind of just, you know, just talk to them, get them through times, because that's what they did for me. All those movies that influenced me just got me through rough times. You feel me? I could always depend on something to bring me back into my groundness. So,
well, what is it? What is it that you would say would get you through that rough time? Is it laughing? Is it just seeing the situation that they're going through? What is it that you would say got you through the rough time? Specifically,
it's always the relatability and the laughter. Like if I could see somebody going through the same shit, you know what I'm saying, making a joke out of it, because like, you know, we all have been through stuff. And it takes that time to heal from it to actually be able to laugh at it. So it's like, you might be feeling like, you know, you down and out until you see somebody else going through the same shit. And it's like, what am I really like, what am I really complaining about? And all them problems I gave myself, like, are they really problems? Sometimes people just be like in their head about what like society think they should be like, you feel me? And then you saw somebody else that's different just like you know what I'm saying? So you're not alone no more. But you know, like if I would say like laughter, because it's the best medicine, bro. Like, you know, we grew up watching Martin and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
facts. Yeah, I watch Martin, The Simpsons, How You Dying All Day. You know what I'm saying? And so when you speak of just being able to help you get through things, what do you feel that you would like to do to help somebody else get through something? What could you tell another producer, director, writer, you know what I'm saying, actor, who might be faced with a situation that you have been faced with, that, okay, it's okay, you're gonna make it out of that? What would you say to them?
I would say that adversity is what's gonna make you the strongest. Like, you're gonna go through those things, man, and you're gonna come out on top. You just gotta stay grounded. Like the times where I thought I was never like gonna come back to who I was as a person. I came out like I came out harder. Like, you know, I was a hardened shell from the things that I've endured. So it's like, when I look back, I'm like, why was I tripping? Like, why was I really tripping? I could have really been handling the shit differently and still been enjoying my time. That's how I'll be getting in my head. Sometimes I'll be down and shit, like, or just thinking pessimistically. So it's like the things that I've like, I was so down about, like, I didn't take action and do things because of that. But you know, if I looked at something that I did when I was 21, you feel me? It's 10 years later. I can go back and just be like, I was really tripping. I need to utilize my time better. So it's like, you know, whatever come your way, man, it's just something that you got to get through, because like, life is ongoing. You can't stop for nobody. And it's gonna be the times where you feel like stopping, bro. You're gonna be hella agitated, but it's shit. Like, everybody's going through something. No matter how no matter how much they shit look gold, it's not always like that. You feel me? So.
And see, when you spoke about somebody else going through what you're going through, that's one of the main reasons why I do interviews. Throughout my entire process, trying to find myself, I felt that it's not working. I felt that it ain't becoming what I wanted to become. I felt like stopping, but when I would go back and listen to Nipsey Hussle on Breakfast Club, listen to how Tyler Perry was homeless, you know what I'm saying, listen to how just people struggled just like me. When I would hear those testimonies and looking at where they are, it's like, oh, I can do this too.
Hell yeah. I'm like, what am I really bitching about, dude? Like, I'm really over here tripping.
Because you feel like you alone. And then especially if you're not listening to the right people. See, when you listen to Nipsey talk about how he lost everything and got it back, man, you know you can lose everything and get it back.
You feel how much he said he lost?
He said they came up in there, wiped out the studio. Whatever little studio get on their head, he lost all the songs, all that. He lost everything.
See, and that would be enough for somebody to give up. You know,
because he said, I sat there like, whoa, like what's the point of this? Why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? And Tyler Perry going homeless. You know what I'm saying? What's my guy? This guy is very motivational. Steve Harvey. Talking about how he basically quit his job and just went on to become a comedian. But it was a long time. It's a long time coming. When you hear that stuff from people who are successful, you'll believe that you can do it too. But if you listen to people who never went for it, they're gonna tell you it ain't gonna happen.
For sure.
Look out and listen to the right people. So how important is it for you to make sure that you listening to the right people, like you said, keeping the right people around?
You just gotta, watch the company you keep, man. Because, you know, the spirit's gonna talk to you, one way or another, man. You gotta have that positivity, and not that blind positivity, that positivity that's gonna tell you when you fucking up. But also give you that constructive criticism when you need a foot in your ass, they're gonna give it to you.
Yes, because see, people can get constructive criticism misconstrued with hate. You think somebody hating on you, but they really just looking out for you.
Yeah, they might tell you your mixtape whack, and you don't want to hear it.
And it might really be whack.
It might really be whack
to them. It might be whack to them, but hey, it is what it is.
Sure.
You know, don't get frustrated with that. So I mean, even with your work, have anybody ever told you like, whatever?
I can't recall. I can't recall. Not to my face or anything. I don't think. Maybe maybe like I probably read some YouTube comments or something where you know it's like somebody gonna hate. Somebody gonna hate, but I don't I don't think I've been blessed to not even be around that negativity. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I'm doing my shit, I'm giving it all.
Everything you got.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it's magic to somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
that.
I don't be around too many people that just be on shit like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. It's good. You gotta watch that energy now. Boomer, what can we expect from you, the whole entire team, in 2021? What we got coming up, man, that everybody needs to be on the lookout for?
Oh man, it's just keeping a close eye right now. You know, we've been on hiatus. There's some shit in the rap.
Okay, cool. As long as I know something coming, just pay attention. Something coming.
There's some stuff coming. You feel me? You might see some music videos, some movies. You know what I'm saying? Just keep a close eye. You feel me, for the shit that we got coming. Of course, we're gonna give y'all what we've been dishing.
Yeah, facts.
You know, the skit's still coming. All of that's still coming. But it's a lot of work in the raps. I can't really say too much.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Keep it discreet. But y'all know y'all better be on the lookout. Check this out. It's Clapitup LA. I'm right here with my boy Boomertoolive. You can find him at Boomertoolive on Instagram. You make sure y'all click that link in his bio. Check out the movie The Bread Hunt. Y'all make sure y'all go look at what was out there from 323 project. And y'all make sure y'all just stay tapped in with them skits and everything that they got going on. Boomertoolive. Don't forget Boomertoolive. This is Clapitup LA. You feel me? And we out.